lateral surface. After medial surface, it is the lateral surface. This lateral surface is closely related with a fibrous tissue, and this fibrous tissue forms the capsule of the tonsil. So the structure, this one, it is the hemicapsule of the tonsil. Hemicapsule of the tonsil. This capsule is formed by this fibrous sheath. Now, this structure, it is the bed of the tonsil. It is the superior constrictor, lined by the pharyngobasilar fascia inwards, and outward it is the buccopharyngeal fascia. So there is a space between the structure one, that is the capsule of the tonsil, and bed of the tonsil, and this space is known as the peritonsillar space. Peritonsillar space. This is the peritonsillar space, the space between the capsule of the tonsil and the superior constrictor muscles. This peritonsillar space has a vein. That vein is the paratonsillar vein. This is the important contents. This is the paratonsillar vein that is present in this peritonsillar space. Now this space, along with the paratonsillar veins, this space is filled with the loose alveolar tissue. Loose alveolar tissue. It is the fourth. And this space is the site for the collection of the pus in case of the infection of the tonsil, and this is known as the peritonsillar abscess. Peritonsillar abscess, when the pus is collected in this space, that is the peritonsillar space, and this is also known as the quinsy. It is the quinsy, this condition. Now, this superior constrictor muscle, now in this diagram, this is the uvula and this is the soft palate. These are the arches, tonsillar fossa, where the tonsil is present. This muscle is the superior constrictor muscles, forms mainly the bed of the tonsil, covered by the fascia, inwards and the outwards. Now these superior constrictor muscles separate this lateral surface of the tonsil from these structures. These are the important structures. What are the structures? It is the angle of the mandible, and its medial surface provide insertion to the medial pterygoid. So it is the angle of the mandible along with the medial pterygoid muscles. Then it is the styloglossus muscle. Styloglossus muscles. This is the stylo. SC is the styloglossus muscles. Then it is the posterior belly of digestive. It is the posterior belly of the digestive muscles. Then this artery. It is the branches of the facial artery. That is the tonsillar artery and ascending palatine artery. Then there is a nerve. This nerve, it is the glossopharyngeal nerve, cranial nerve 9. Then it is the styloid process. When it enlarges, comes in the relation with the lateral surface of the tonsil, separated by these constrictor muscles. And here is present, it is the mandibular submandibular salivary gland. So in short, the lateral surface related with these structures and the superior constrictor muscles separate the lateral surface by these structures. Styloglossus, posterior belly of the digestive, facial artery and its branches. This artery goes, it is from the inferior margin, it is the tonsillar artery, which is the chief artery of the tonsil, discussed later. This is the glossopharyngeal nerve that supplies sensibly to the tonsil and as well as that posterior part of the tongue. When the styloid process is enlarged, come in relation with the lateral surface, and it is the submandibular salivary gland. Now the upper end and the lower end. This is the upper end and the lower end. This upper end of the tonsil is projected into soft palate. And there is a semilunar fold. This is the embryological fold of the mucous membrane that extend from the palatoglossal arch to the palatopharyngeal arch, and it covers the medial surface of the upper end of the tonsil, this semilunar fold, and it forms a fossa. This is the supratonsillar fossa. So the upper end projected into the soft palate and its medial surface is covered by the semilunar fold of the mucous membrane, and they forms the fossa, that is the supratonsillar fossa. Now the lower end of the tonsil is projected towards the base of the tongue, and the lower end connected to the tongue by a fibrous band that is known as the suspensory ligament of the tonsil. This suspensory ligament of the tonsil, it is one of the factors that keep the tonsil in the position. It is the suspensory ligament of the tonsil, and the tongue and the tonsil is separated by a groove or sulcus. That is the tonsillolingual sulcus. Tonsillolingual sulcus or groove that separate the tonsil from the tongue, and This is the side of the carcinoma. Now the anterior border and the posterior border. This is the anterior border and this is the posterior border. This is the horizontal section. The anterior border of the tonsil overlaps with the palatoglossal arch containing the palatoglossus muscles, while the posterior border overlaps limited by the palatopharyngeal arch containing the palatopharyngeus muscles.